Yo, what up? Yo, man. I gotta get on my bragging joint. I've been doing hip hop for a long time. A long time. Been in the game, Philly, a long time. A lot of times when you see Philly hip hop, a lot of people just think of more like the street stuff, right? But Philly has a deep history in hip hop, and it's two sides. You got the underground hip hop, and then you had kind of the street side of hip hop. Now, hip hop was always in the streets. That's not what I'm saying. Hear me out. Philly had an underground backpacking scene that was crazy. Now, we know the difference between underground. A lot of people say, oh, they rapidy rap or they lyrical miracle. That was kind of the culture in which underground. And each city had it. Every city had it. When you go to New Orleans, you got people like Currency. He would be considered backpack style rapper. When you go to Chicago, you got people like Common Sense. That's considered like, well, Chicago got all kinds of rappers. But now you got, of course, the drill. I guess drill is still popular, right? But then you had Common. Common will be considered backpack rapper. But, so then when you got Philly, you got the Roots. A lot of people just think of the Roots. They don't think of all the other underground MCs and why the Roots actually made it to the level that they made it. A lot of times you think of a lot of the street guys from these different areas. Now in Philly, of course, we have Beanie Siegel, you have the Rock and all that. Now they became superstars. They became legends because they can rhyme and all that. They were incredible MCs, all of them. Beanie, this whole state pride, Skino, all of them. All of them were magnificent street dope rappers and just dope rappers in general. But before them, it was an underbelly of a whole bunch of rappers. You had the street rappers started off like the Cool C's, the Schoolie D's, the Yvette Money and EST and all these guys. But prior to all that, it was a whole underground scene, especially in the 90s. I'm from that era, right? Even though I put out a kind of like a street kind of rapper, right? But my style was coming off of the end of the 80s into the 90s. So you hear a lot of, if you listen to my first record, I had a record called In Your Face. I kind of had an in-between style of like LL and then kind of Schoolie D, but into the 90s like KRS-One, right? So I was among that first in the 90s, but then I put out my record in 96. But during that time, it was an underground scene that was incredible, which is why the Roots are who they are. Malik B. A lot of people keep thinking of Tariq and Black Thought, and they think of Questlove when they think of the Roots. But real cats that think of the Roots, they know about Malik B. Dice Raw. But why did Tariq become who he is? Because it was a world before he got signed. It was a world doing him getting signed. It's a lot of underground backpacking rappers across the city and killing it. 100X. Saying some wild, bizarre, sci-fi lyrical madness. Now, it's a lot of rappers that were backpackers in cities across America, if not across the world. But again, Philly always had this special style, and their backpacking was intricate and crazy. Now, I hate to kind of be biased, but I gotta put my brother EMIRJ at the time. That was his name. His name is Maximillion. He's going to have a joint coming out called Duquesne Summer. But Philly underground scene was magnificent. Beans is right. A lot of cats was getting in the game, but during the 90s, a lot of people was independent. I was one. I put out In Your Face as a record. I got distribution. We was making moves, but it wasn't just me. You had Jigsaw. You had Tainted Mindz. Brahm, which is a producer. Dame, which was producing a lot of cats. You had Task Force. Remember, Oskino talks about Non-Brigade and how Jay-Z took their joints. They was an underground MC group, right? You had Name. Grand Agent came out of Name, which is a group. Old Man came out of the group Name. Tons of 5 Points of Logic. They came out. I think they was going to mess with Corrupt. My brother was going to mess with Corrupt. My brother EMIRJ, Malik B told me, Malik B out of his mouth said that EMIRJ was supposed to be in the Roots. He told EMIRJ to come on up here, man, come with me and get on these recordings. That's what Malik B from the Roots said out of his mouth to me. My brother was rhyming in them ciphers on South Street. A lot of rappers, Underground North, grabbed a lot of rappers. You had Loaded Lux, rappers. I don't even want to forget people. It was so many, like I said, 100X, Mustafa and all them guys. Bad News, all these different rappers. Back then was Ram Squad. Just tons, Rashid and Ill-Advised. A lot of underground rappers that was doing their thing in Philadelphia. Bahamadia, where you think these underground Bahamadias came from? These underground lyrical madmen, right? Last Emperor, where you think they came from, right? Where you think Tariq got his style from, right? He wasn't the only one. Tariq, the people trying to make like Black Thought is the only one rhyme. It was a lot of rappers rapping on the level of Tariq. Do you understand what I'm saying? EMIRJ, my brother was one of them, if not better. And I hate to say that, my brother gonna get mad at me, but I'm keeping it one quadruple million, if that's a such number. Well, quadruple million is a such number. But we were coming through, terrorizing the game, right? And you have to know about that world too. We're in the age of the internet, but you can't think there was only one way. I know for a fact I brought people through. And let me tell you why. When I got my record played on the radio station, a lot of record labels came to me. But because I was so independent, I was dissing the industry on my record. In Your Face was about me dissing the industry. And I was dissing it hard. I want to take my gun and shoot you in your mother face. Go look it up. In Your Face, HAK BLAST. I spelled it with one A. HAK BLAST. Now, I got fame. I got known. I was signing autographs. People wanted me to sign their books. I was doing independently. Independent. Meaning, I pressed up my records. I went up to the radio station. I made connections. Just like the record companies do. If you know, you know. And my stuff got played. Me and Golden Boy got to the point, me and him got so cool, he said, HAK, look, man, you got a tape? Just bring your tapes up. I was bringing my tapes up, getting them played on the radio. All the stuff, that's why I like Dame Dash, because everything Dame Dash says, he's correct. And I know he is because I went through it and I did it. Philly underground backpacking scene was magnificent. So much I'm still pushing. I do all of it because I love hip-hop so much. Everything I do, I put all my all into everything. And you know, most of us are artists. Like, look at Oskino. He a street guy, but he really, to me, I'm like, you really a underground backpacker. Because he an artist. He know how to talk. He has compassion. He respects people. You can go and get the money and say, forget everything and act like the stuff you saying out your mouth is true. He didn't do that. And that's what an underground mentality is. I have that. I'm always promoting. Not because we're doing it in vanity. We know the industry ain't going to do it like we're going to do it. And we're coming with different styles of things. I'm looking down on I'm looking at the big guys that's known. I'm looking at them. I'm going, they seen my videos. Y'all seen my videos. You taking things from what I'm doing now. But it's all right, though. HAK BLAST. You remember me. I'm from Philly, West Philly. Always promoting, and I'm never going to stop. A lot of my stuff is so I could teach the world my conscious and my intellectual view on what I think. That's what we all doing as MCs. But I do it through AI movies. Look at this. This is a single that I'm putting out. That's a soundtrack of my AI 12-minute movie. It's a USB. Take it out. I made that. It's on the USB joint. Take it out like that. Put it back in. I'm always working. And this particular one has, I'll read it to you. You take the J card out, you look at it. Side A, it ain't really a side A, but for aesthetic reasons. 2024, you're still hooked on crack. Also got Malik B's 7-minute song by Malik B of The Roots. That's getting scored. That's on the soundtrack. That's on the movie. Side B, Enemy or Friend. That's my song. 3 songs is mine, 1 is Malik B's. So 2024, you're still hooked on crack. You could go download this on my website, HAKmedia1.com. Just go there and download it for $1. 7-minute song by Malik B of The Roots. You could buy that on Apple Music. I put out a record called Street Assaults. And I put out a record called Psychological. Those are all on Spotify, Apple, all of that. I did that before Malik passed, way before he passed, way back. That's what got him back on the Rising Down album. Enemy or Friend, that's on Apple. And No West Philly. That's on this right here. My USB cassette style tape. You could cop this on HAKmedia1.com. HAKmedia1.com. Also, I'm always promoting Afro, Philly Hop, sci-fi, short story poem. This book is crazy. I'm wilding out. It's a poem / street Philly underground story. It's wild, bro. I ain't gonna tell you about it, but it's a sci-fi. Get this joint. This is on Amazon. Story by Hakeem Woods. Illustration by my man Armin Colvin. My fault. So, just showing you, I'm always doing underground stuff. You just don't know it. Even my man right here, the Kenny Parker Show. You know who Kenny Parker is. My brother Kenny Parker. My brother ICU, he's much darker. This is my man's shirt. Not my man, but I like his show so much. He had cancer like me. The Kenny Parker show. I had to cop his shirt. But man, we been underground. We here. Cop these products. HAK BLAST. Peace.